Love is being independent.
Love is dancing.
At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
On the economic side, I think the reality is pretty strong. You know, you can look at the jobs data. We've had 2 consecutive quarters of over 3% GDP growth. You look at what the stock market's telling you about people committing capital and willing to invest in our economy. Things are really strong.
That's Cohen. Are you kidding me? He's bragging about 2 quarters of GDP. Even Obama got 8 quarters of GDP. A quarter of GDP doesn't mean anything. It's the annual GDP that you have to take a look at. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. You know, it's amazing to me, the line that goes on. They must think we are sitting on such a stupid bench, the longest stupid bench in the world. They think, well, they told us. Obamacare, remember they said, thank God the public's so stupid or we never got this thing through. But the public's not stupid. And this, you know, I wish they would just tell the truth about this GDP. Now, what is GDP? Most people don't even know what it is. GDP is a way to measure the growth of the economy. And all you're doing is you're just taking all the products, you can take it over a year's time, all the products that we produce. And you put a value to those products we produce. The more products we produce, the more our economy grows if we have consumption. There's the problem, consumption. We don't have enough wages to do consumption. And the consumption doesn't come from the rich. And that's who they're going to give the tax cuts to. He even admits it. He's going to give it to the rich.
It's not our intention to give the wealthy a tax cut.
But they are getting one.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, they're getting one. That you can't grow the economy. We can't grow the economy unless there's consumption from the middle class. The rich don't consume. They've got everything. And what really gets me is how every day we hear this stuff, how the economy is doing great. Wait a minute. Are you measuring the economy by the stock market? Yes, that's what they're doing. Instead of measuring the economy by the metric system that's put in place, the GDP, which has been at 2% for every year for 8 years. But they don't use that. They believe that we sit on the stupid bench and that we're just gullible and we just will believe whatever they say. This morning I'm listening to Geraldo. Here's another one. Now, he doesn't know GDP if he tripped over it. He's just repeating it. And he loves Trump, and he's just repeating it. I love Trump too, but I'm going to tell the truth.
The economy is booming. 3% growth we have now.
Wait a minute. We had 2 quarters. Will you stop it? Unbelievable. 3%. What a false narrative. The president had 2 back-to-back quarters of 3% in his first year. That's it. It's more important to put into perspective Trump's 2 back-to-back quarterly 3% GDP growth than anything else. First of all, remember the 3% GDP growth in a quarter. That doesn't guarantee a 3% annual GDP growth. A quarterly GDP growth where they add up, all GDP is, they add up all the stuff we produce and put a value on it. And every year you want to see more, we produce it, they put a value on it, and we're supposed to sell it. A quarterly GDP growth is significantly, let me repeat, significantly different from an annual overall GDP growth. As Obama found. Obama had 8 quarters of 3% GDP. The only president since Hoover who never reached a 3% annualized GDP to begin with. So he had 8 quarters of 3%, but he's the only president in history, the only president since Hoover who never reached a 3% annualized GDP because he was a lousy president. Because what did he do? He killed small businesses. And that's where your growth comes from, not tax cuts. So there's no guarantee when you get this 3% annual GDP growth, which they fudge it with inventory, that you're going to get an annualized GDP growth. I wish they would stop and start telling the truth. Just like they tell us how we have historic earnings. Companies, well, look at our historic profits. No, they're not. Where are they getting their earnings from? From fudging, from statistical trickery, from doing stock buybacks. That's where they're getting that number from. It's fake. Look, one reason a quarterly GDP growth is significantly different from an annual GDP growth is because each 1% annual increase in GDP is an additional 12 million jobs. That's averaging about 450,000 jobs a quarter, compared to now the 2% GDP, which we average 165,000 jobs. That's a big difference. So there's a big difference. So let's forget this quarterly nonsense. It means nothing. Obama found that out. It's annualized. But what's really important to remember, you got to get the consumption, and the consumption doesn't come from the rich. The problem is the rich are getting richer, and the middle class is getting poorer, and they're becoming no more middle class. It's the middle class that's got to thrive, because if the middle class thrives, they're the ones that consume. But the problem is we're killing the middle class. It started with Obama. So each 1% annual increase, 2 to 3%, instead of every month getting a lousy 165,000 jobs, we get 450,000. And every 1%, we get another 10 trillion in economic activity. That's pretty good. So think about it. You got all kinds of incentive to get from 2% to 3%. So how do you get there? A tax cut? No. That's ridiculous. Bush will tell you that. Trump has inherited a 2% GDP. And he believes, he's being told by these Goldman Sachs cockroaches and banksters that by cutting corporate tax from 35 to 20% will grow the economy 3%. We'll get that 1% so that we now, our jobs next year, instead of every first Friday of the month, we get 165,000, we're going to get to 450,000. All we got to do is cut the corporate tax from 35% to 20%. But it's not going to happen because it's not mandated what they do with that money. Do you really think, I told you yesterday, they're going to get an extra, the CEOs of these companies make $30 million a year. Half of the $30 million comes from stock buybacks. Do you think they're going to stop doing stock buybacks, give up half of their income? And do you think they're going to say, I'm going to refuse an additional $8 million? Because that's what they're going to get. With this tax cut, they're going to get another $8 million each. You take the S&P 500 CEOs, they're going to get an extra $8 million each. You think they're going to take the $8 million, put in their pocket with the other $15 million they get from stock buybacks, or do you think they're going to take that $8 million and say, no, I'm not going to take it. I'm going to put it into equipment so that we increase productivity, so that Main Street finally gets some good wages, so that the middle class can go out and start consuming, because we know it's the middle class consumption is what grows the economy, not the wealth. not the rich. You think they're going to do that? We talked about that yesterday. So this GDP, stop listening to them. We got this great 3% GDP. We will never hit it on an annualized basis with the way we're going right now.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're offering the most powerful stock charts available on the market, the MaxVest 1000 charts. Now, the difference between these charts and all the other charts is this follows the money. Yes, it gives you a buy-sell signal. I know you're going to say, well, they all do. No, not true. The difference with the MaxVest is they follow the important money, the hedge funds, the biggest banks, the 401ks, the pension fund managers. That's the big difference. They're not following the emotion. That's what most charts do. They follow the money. That's what MaxVest does, follows the money. Check it out. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Oh, and the chart is low as $19.95 a month. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Celebrating 18 years as the leader in investing and trading education.
Following your system has been fantastic.
Yeah, I really appreciate the work you do. You're really an inspiration.
Well, all of the tools you've put together for us have just given us so much confidence.
I have learned so much. It is absolutely incredible.
And you're really one of the best I've ever heard. I've been with you for about a month and a half now, and I'm already up 7%.
Financial education is, in many respects, the most important education you can get, and that's what they're getting from your show.
You guys have always been great on the service side.
I have so much more confidence in when I'm in my trading.
Phil, keep up the good work. I love the chart.
I've been in this business for 45 years, and you are the best.
And I've been following you, I guess, about 9 months right now, and you've just done a great job.
Listen to Phil, join the gang, and you'll never regret it.
If you're serious about securing your financial future, then contact philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Okay, ladies, this message is for you because you invest so much into your professional careers, your organizations, your children. It's time to invest in yourself and secure your financial future in the stock market. And you can do that with philsgang.com. You'll learn when to buy and sell short stocks and when to take profits. Now that you've taken care of everyone else, isn't it time to secure your financial future? Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Wouldn't it be nice if someone told you when to buy and sell stocks? Well, there is. The Phil's Gang MaxVest 1000 stock charts actually tell you when to buy or sell stocks. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. Celebrating 18 years as the leader in investing and trading education.
Following your system has been fantastic.
Yeah, I really appreciate the work you do. You're really an inspiration.
I have learned so much.
And you're really one of the best I've ever heard. I've been with you for about a month and a half now, and I'm already up 7%.
Financial education is, in many respects, the most important education you can get, and that's what they're getting from your show.
You guys have always been great on the service side.
I have so much more confidence in when I'm in my trading.
Phil, keep up the good work.
I've been in this business for 45 years, and you are the best.
And I've been following you, I guess, about 9 months right now, and you've just done a great job.
Join the gang, and you'll never regret it.
If you're serious about securing your financial future, then contact philsgang.com or give them a call, 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of Phil's Gang. I got a great opportunity for those people who are disgusted with the market, who don't have time to learn. What you do is follow me in the exchange-traded fund that I'm invested in. Every day you go to my site and you can see exactly what I am doing with my investment, and you can mimic me. Nobody else dares do that. Join the gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Even the experienced traders and investors need to keep learning to stay ahead. philsgang.com provides educational information about Phil's Gang products and services in many different ways. Daily live webinars hosted by Phil Grandy and technical charting experts help you understand and keep up with today's lively markets. Short videos, investing programs, and up-to-the-minute market alerts help you get up to speed with the market using Phil's Gang MaxVest 1000 stock charting software. We teach you an investing foundation that you seek to take the first steps towards achieving your personal financial goals. Visit philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Again, that's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
We celebrate Veterans Day on the anniversary of the armistice that ended World War I. The armistice that began on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. We're gathered at the National Cemetery, which provides a final resting place for the heroes who have defended our country since the Civil War. This amphitheater, this place for speeches, is more central to the cemetery than at first might seem apparent. For all we can ever do for our heroes is remember them and remember what they did, and memories are transmitted through words.
On this Veterans Day of 1961, on this day of remembrance, let us pray in the name of those who have fallen in this country's war, and most especially who have fallen in the First World War and in the Second World War, that there will be no veterans of any further war, not because all shall have perished, but because all shall have learned to live together in peace.
And war will stop if we can get these corporations to be a little less greedy, I would say. You know that the industrial complex is destroying our country from within. They got to keep wars going. It's a shame. Iraq, we had 4,424 deaths, and we spent so far 1.7 trillion compared to, we had 58,000 deaths in Vietnam, and we spent 173 billion compared to 1.7 trillion in Iraq. That's not counting the Afghan war, 2.4 trillion, which we lost 2,386 service people. Maimed, hurt, 20,000. Iraq, another wounded, maimed, 31,000. It's just, wars are a terrible thing, and I just want to thank everybody, all the veterans, for their service. And it's just a terrible thing, war is. Okay. What else is terrible? You come home from war, especially if you're a vet, and you can't find a job. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. This country should have a job for every veteran who wants to work. And there's no need. There's no need. And I'm not talking about bartending jobs. The problem is all of our jobs are low-wage bartending jobs. We got to get back to the small business who creates the middle class. That's what we got. Stop wasting our time on these ridiculous tax cuts. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it'd be great if we got a good tax cut that was meaningful, but they're playing all their games in the back room. I mean, this is crazy. The quarterly GDP growth, as I said, they're bragging about it. They're bragging about it and yelling.
We think the economy is performing well.
How can you say the economy is performing well? Where is the measurement? What are they measuring to say it's performing well? I mean, they're hallucinating. What they're doing is hallucinating. Look at, we inherited a 2% GDP. And that's not a good economy. And there's not a day to go by they don't keep telling us we are in a good economy. How can the stock market be an indicator of how well the Main Street economy is doing when more than half of Americans don't own stock? So how can you say that we have a good economy, things are looking good, look at the stock market, when half of our population don't own stock, so they're not benefiting from the $100 trillion, from the gain of $100 trillion from 2008. They don't capture any of that, 52% of the population. So how can you measure how well we're doing by stock market? How well the economy is doing is identified not by how high the share prices of the stock market, how high it's gone up, because, as I say, not everyone owns it. So more of the, this is crazy. This is nuts. And here's the thing, that 1% of the U.S. population control 85% of the $100 trillion in wealth gains since 2008. So 80%, 85%, the 1 percentile control 85% of the $100 trillion. Half of Americans don't get a bit of it because they're not in stocks. How well the economy is doing is measured not by how the stock market grew, but the growth of the U.S. economy by the value of all the goods we produce. It's that productivity that increases our wages, that increases our quality of life. If we don't have consumption, here's the problem, we don't have the consumption. So our GDP growth, to grow from 2%, 1% to get to 3%, so we add 10 million jobs. We'll never get there. Because, again, we don't have them putting money back into the companies. The 1 percentile, the CEOs, they're not putting money back in the company. Why do you think, for heaven's sakes, they're outsourcing our jobs? They take a $58,000 job, replace it with a $5,800 job. That profit goes to the bottom line, and it goes into the CEO's pocket, and it goes into the shareholders. And when you got 52% of the population don't own stock, how do they benefit from it? That's not how you measure the economy, but that's what we hear every day. So the 52% that don't have stocks, they're not doing well. They can't even get a good job. They're getting a bartending job. And it's the same people that caused you to lose your $58,000 job down to a $28,000 job are making money off of you in a credit card. Making money on the $440 billion in interest we pay. Or you guys pay a credit card. It wasn't a joke. We'll be right back. Make some money on some stocks.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. celebrating 18 years as the leader in investing and trading education.
Following your system has been fantastic.
Yeah, I really appreciate the work you do. You're really an inspiration.
I have learned so much.
You're really one of the best I've ever heard. I've been with you for about a month and a half now, and I'm already up 7%.
Financial education is, in many respects, the most important education you can get, and that's what they're getting from your show.
You guys have always been great on the service side.
I have so much more confidence in when I'm in my trading.
Phil, keep up the good work. I've been in this business for 45 years, and you are the best.
And I've been following you, I guess, about 9 months right now, and you've just done a great job.
Join the gang, and you'll never regret it.
If you're serious about securing your financial future, then contact philsgang.com or give them a call, 877-600-4264. Wouldn't it be nice if someone told you when to buy and sell stocks? Well, there is. The Phil's Gang Max Best 1000 stock charts actually tell you when to buy or sell stocks. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. No sales pitches, no boring seminars, no spaghetti dinners. At philsgang.com, we teach you technical analysis, how to read stock charts, and ultimately how to make money in the stock market. For only $39.95 a month or as little as $1.30 a day, you too can master investing in the stock market. philsgang.com provides daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, plus friendly customer support. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Information. Everybody wants information. Your world is a non-stop stream of information. But as investors, we have to filter the mass information, recognize pattern trends, and take advantage. At philsgang.com, we simplify and give you the exact information and support you need to make you smarter and a more profitable investor. For as low as $39.95 a month, you'll have complete access to all the Phil's Gang daily information, including the ever so popular daily information sharing live market webinar class. Follow Phil's exclusive stock recommendations. Gain the wisdom and knowledge of Phil's 40 years of investing analysis. If your time is tight and you're looking to make profits in the stock market, choose philsgang.com to provide long-term and short-term guidance to making profits in the stock market. This is information you can't live without. Call today, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. And sign up today.
Time is the one thing that we want more of. Without the donors, I wouldn't have my Audrey. They take care of our housing. They take care of our food. In addition to the best medical treatment that my daughter could ever have. So it allows me to focus on my daughter and getting her better.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Did you know the stock market is up over 250% in the past 8 years? And some financial experts say we're only in the 8th year of a 20-year bull market. But what if the market takes a downturn? What will happen to your 401k? What will happen to your retirement nest egg? You remember 2008-2009 when your 401k dropped big time. Americans lost over $2.4 trillion, or over 25% of their investments. At philsgang.com, we teach you to keep your investments and to secure your financial future. With philsgang.com, you'll learn how to understand to invest in the stock market and how to keep the profits you work so hard for. Avoid the financial pain. Don't be exposed to losing your retirement nest egg. Take control and secure your investments with philsgang.com. Don't hesitate. Learn, invest, and make profits with philsgang.com. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Again, 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. They're talking about how 3%, they're all excited about 3%. Well, you're not going to get there. Not when 70% of your jobs are non-productive jobs, meaning all service jobs. When the Fed continues to pay interest on the bank reserves, but they don't give us interest. Isn't that amazing? They dropped our interest from 5%, which you're getting $5 out of every $100 you had in the bank a year, dropped it down to 16 cents. That way they could give the banksters on Wall Street free money so they could make a fortune. So we got screwed $450 billion out of our savings so they could help out Wall Street. So you really think they're going to give us a tax cut that's going to help us when the guy who's going to be doing the tax cut, the architect, is one of them? Cohn, are you kidding? And even worse now, the guy that's running the Federal Reserve, he's going to be like, this guy, we'll see interest rates go down so low. We're going to go back to zero on interest rates with him because he's the Wall Street guy. He's going to do everything to help Wall Street, but that's going to help our market. You got to take advantage of it. There's two things going on here. Unless Trump fires these executives he brought over from Goldman Sachs, from Wall Street, from Carlyle Group, he's surrounded himself with a bunch of gangsters. He's got to fire them because they're not telling him the truth. And so in the meantime, the economy is not going to grow. I hate to tell you this. You're not going to get from a 2 to 3%. If you had a $58,000 job, now you got a $28,000 job, and you're working 2-3 jobs. I hate to tell you, it's not going to change. Now, here's what is going to happen. The stock market is going to keep going up as the stock market keeps getting worse. Give you an example. Disposable income. Think about it. We had the 1 percentile who control our lives. They're the CEOs of our companies. They're the CEO of our banks. They're the 1 percentile controls the Federal Reserve. They control the policies of the Congress because they got all the money. So when we lost a $58,000 job and we sent it over to China and Wen Hung Lo was willing to do that same job for $5,800, we're the difference between the $5,800 and $58,000 went to the company's bottom line. So when you hear, oh, we got record profits, well, how does that help the middle class, hardworking guy? The stock market's going up, but they can't participate. They don't have the extra money. The rich guy's got the money to be in the stock market. So how does that help them? It doesn't. And because consumption is 70% of our economic GDP growth, 70%. You got to keep people consuming to grow. It's not going to happen because we have lousy jobs. So the same 1 percentile who control getting rid of your job, the CEO, the shareholders, and now you got a job that's $28,000. Now the same 1 percentile decides they're going to give you credit cards. So you can make up the difference between the $28,000 and the $58,000 by your credit card. So the same 1 percentile who screwed you with your job is not going to make money off your credit card. They're going to give you a credit card. It's unbelievable because remember, these same 1% control 80% of the U.S. stocks. So the bank stocks, they control the bank stocks. That's part of their portfolio. So they control the 9 largest U.S. banks that control 90% of the outstanding $1 trillion credit card debt, of which they collect each year $140 billion in interest. And they issue every year 381 million new credit cards because they're making 18 to 22% interest. There is no incentive to improve our economy. If you got the leaders of our economy, the 1 percentile who are in banking, who are in Congress, they're all benefiting from the stock market. They're benefiting from the stock market going up, and they're going to keep pushing them. Do you think these people who are making a fortune in the stock market are going to turn around and try to help you with a better job and grow the economy? If that was the case, Obama would have never strangled the small business with 28,000 new restrictions, regulations, and then he had the Frank Bill Dodd, what is it? Frank Dodd bill, thank you. He would have never put that in place. The reason why the Frank Dodd bill was put in place, it was to mask what they're really trying to do, to kill the loans that would go to the small business, because it's the small community banks that loan to the small business. So the Dodd-Frank bill screwed the community banks where they couldn't loan. And a lot of the community banks had to sell to the 9 largest banks. So my whole point is that the rich are going to get richer because they want to make sure you stay poor, so you need a credit card. You need a credit card. Oh, by the way, they also control the auto industry, which you need a car, which they're going to charge you, okay, big interest on a car. They don't want you to do well. And the stock market will keep going up. So, if you've gotten out of the stock market, I'm begging you, okay, if you don't join my gang, I'm begging you somehow, just go buy the spiders, ETF spiders. Just do that. All you got to know is when to get out of the darn thing. That's all. Because this market's going one place, up. Because it's the same people. See, I thought Trump was going to get rid of these guys. I don't know why he hired Cohn. Powell, you could have hired a worse guy. He will never. Remember when Trump said about how bad the Federal Reserve was and how the interest rates were? Let's see, I think I have a cut with that.
She's keeping them artificially low.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
She's keeping them artificially low to get Obama retired. Watch what's going to happen afterwards. It's a very serious problem. And I think it's very political. I think she's very political. And to a certain extent, I think she should be ashamed of herself.
So he's talking, when he's a candidate, about Aunt B. She should be ashamed of herself keeping these rates low. Because when you keep rates too low for too long, you lose jobs. It kills the economy when rates are too low for too long. You only put rates in low to stimulate the economy for a short period of time. Like the analogy I used yesterday, when you prime a pump. You just prime it and then it starts working. Well, we're on full prime for 8 years. And then he says...
I think she's very political, and to a certain extent, I think she should be ashamed of herself.
Right? And then she turned around and said, or he turned around and said...
She was in my office 3 days ago. She was very impressive. I like her a lot. In one way, I have to say, you like to make your own mark.
So he likes her a lot, but he didn't put her in charge. Sometimes Trump has a problem. Remember, he became a billionaire with $1 million he got from his father. And by the way, I don't like this when I keep hearing how, well, the only reason why he's rich because he had his father's money. Really? You think so? He turned $1 million to $1 billion. Most brats who their parents give them money, they don't create anything. They don't create anything. They're playboys. They go out and play. They do nothing. He took $1 million and he created billions. So let's give him some credit here. But he's the ultimate salesperson. He doesn't understand when to stop selling. It's like a salesman. Once you make that sale, you stop selling. You sold it. Stop selling, or you're going to unwind the sale. It's the first thing they teach you in selling, right? Don't oversell. Once you sold it, stop talking. Write the check, get on the next bus home. Well, he's the salesman. So what he does when he says things, and he says, like, for example, I was the only one that ever had a 3% GDP back to back. No, it wasn't true. But he wasn't lying. That's how he sells. That's how he is. But behind all that is a good guy who's trying to do the best. But he put bad guys around him. But that's his mistake. And he's going to have to own up to it when this goes to hell. But the market's going to rally. And that's what all he cares about right now.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Even the experienced traders and investors need to keep learning to stay ahead. philsgang.com provides educational information about Phil's Gang products and services in many different ways. Daily live webinars hosted by Phil Grandy and technical charting experts help you understand and keep up with today's lively markets. Short videos, investing programs, and up-to-the-minute market alerts help you get up to speed with the market using Phil's Gang MaxVest 1000 stock charting software. We teach you an investing foundation that you seek to take the first steps towards achieving your personal financial goals. Visit philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Again, that's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Okay, ladies, this message is for you because you invest so much into your professional careers, your organizations, your children. It's time to invest in yourself and secure your financial future in the stock market. And you can do that with philsgang.com. You'll learn when to buy and sell short stocks and when to take profits. Now that you've taken care of everyone else, isn't it time to secure your financial future? Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Are you an investor or considering investing in the stock market? At philsgang.com, we offer a multitude of comprehensive stock investing services and professional support to our members. With philsgang.com, you get professional guidance on basic and advanced technical stock analysis. And just like the pros, you will gain the knowledge to recognize stock buy and sell patterns. Unlike other services available, Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team host daily interactive live streaming investing webinar classes and programs. You get Phil's Gang timely notifications on your phone or mobile device. And all Phil's Gang material is archived so you will never miss a beat. Plus, philsgang.com offers the best real-time stock charts for long-term investors. With clear charts, in-depth reports, and Phil's recommendations, philsgang.com makes it easy to learn and monitor your portfolio anytime from anywhere. If you're passionate about securing your financial future, check out philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. No sales pitches, no boring seminars, no spaghetti dinners. At philsgang.com, we teach you technical analysis, how to read stock charts, and ultimately how to make money in the stock market. For only $39.95 a month or as little as $1.30 a day, you too can master investing in the stock market. philsgang.com provides daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, plus friendly customer support. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're offering the most powerful stock charts available on the market, the Max Vest 1000 charts. Now, the difference between these charts and all the other charts is this follows the money. Yes, it gives you a buy-sell signal. I know you're going to say, well, they all do. No, not true. The difference with the Max Vest is they follow the important money, the hedge funds, the biggest banks, the 401ks, the pension fund managers. That's the big difference. They're not following the emotion. That's what most charts do. They follow the money. That's what MaxVest does, follows the money. Check it out. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Oh, and the chart is low as $19.95 a month. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Every day you hear me on the show trying to get you to become a gang member. I'm reaching out to you so you can reach back to St. Jude and help them. But the stock market, no matter what Trump does, if he keeps getting bamboozled by these Wall Street guys, he'll figure it out later on. But one thing he will figure out is how to keep the stock market going up. Because he knows one thing. He knows now that all the people in the United States really believe the stock market has something to do with the economy. They don't get the fact that when you got more than half of the American people, the adults, are not in the stock market, how does that help them when the market's going up? It doesn't. So it doesn't make any sense that the stock market's the economy. But let's take the stock market, because he's going to keep driving it higher. We'll probably get a 3 or 4% pullback, maybe a 5% pullback. We haven't had a 3% pullback in a long time. We haven't had since May, I think, of 2017. The stock market, if you take the S&P right now, I'll give you a good example of how far we got to pull back. If you take the S&P right now, and to get a 3% pullback, it's at $259 right now. And that's SPY. If you put SPY up your chart, it'd have to pull back from 259 down to 251 Now, that don't sound like much, does it? 259 to 251, right? It's like a quarter of an inch on your screen if you had a ruler, right? Doesn't sound like much. Do you know we haven't that? The last time we got that pullback was in March of 2017. Let's do 5%. 5% on the S&P. We'd have to go from 200 and the same 259. We'd have to go down to something like 244. Is that right? Yeah, 244. I think that's right. Yeah, 244. Yeah, 244. That's 5%. So do you think we go from 259 down to 244? That's about, you put a ruler on your screen, that's about 2 inches. 2 inches on your screen. Now you think, well, that's nothing. You know the last time it came down 2 inches, okay, on my screen? 2 inches. It was 5%. It was in June of 2016. So you can tell what's going on here. He is not going to get the consumption that he needs to drive the economy. To get up to the 3% is not going to happen. It's impossible. Unless he really started to focus on small businesses, because that's what he should focus on, to grow the economy 3%. That's where he's going to get to 3%, not from tax cuts. Not going to help. Because the fact is that the rich, the 1%, do not consume enough to drive the economy to 3%. Because the wealthy save more than the middle class, and they consume a lot less than the middle class because they have everything they want. So because the rich consume so little, when incomes are stagnant like now, and they have been for 8 years, there isn't enough demand to drive the economy to 3%. So the middle class who does the consuming, they have no spare change to go out and consume. After they pay, they take home pay after taxes, they pay their bills, they pay their health care bill, they don't have enough money to go consume. That's right. So what do? They take the stock market and rig it to go up so they can convince you everything's good. So let's just stay in the stock market. And the best thing for you to do, join my gang if you're a person that you just, I don't care if you're almost retired or you got 5-10 years before you're retired or you are retired. Why don't you just join my gang and follow me in one ETF, just one, the Spiders, the 500 best companies in the world. The last time we got in the Spiders on my MV2, we got in around $244. It's up 5% now. We got in, that was around September 5th. And here we are now, November 10th. And yes, they move slower, but that's nice. That's a nice 5%. Now, guess what? It just turned red 3 days ago. Now, isn't that nice? So now I could tell my gang members that are following me in that video every night, the S&P, I say to them, now it's time to get out. So now they feel good because somebody told them it's time to get out. Now, when it turns green again, I'll tell them it's time to get in. And I do all that work for you. What's better than that? Or you can do individual stocks. I had one great, KRE, that's another one. KRE is banks, small community banks. They do terrific, small community banks. So KRE turned green on September 7th. It went up 16%. And then it turned red. It's been red for 2 days now. So the stocks, since it turned green, went up 16%. Now, I'm not saying that every gang member that has KRE got the whole 16%. I'm not saying that. Some got half. Maybe some just got 5% of it. It doesn't matter. From the day it turns from red to green, and then from green to red, that little area where it's 10%, 15%, 20%, that is your little business. So how much you want to capture that business is up to you. But you can sleep at night knowing that you're going to be out in time and knowing that I'm on top of it every day for you. And then you come in at night or anytime during the day, and then you'll see the video where we tell you what we're doing, what the gang's doing. So here's the number, 877-600-GANG. Please do not miss this opportunity to get back into the market. I know a lot of you don't like the market. You think it's a terrible place. You think it's rigged, and that's the reason why you got to get in, because it is rigged. I hope they never unrig it. Now, the sad part is because it's rigged, the economy is going to get worse. Your jobs are going to get worse. Everything's going to get worse out there Because, again, you can't grow the economy to 3. It's impossible. I understand the simplistic logic of cutting taxes. I get that. Cutting regulations he talks about. I get that, too. It all provides incentives to workers, to businesses, investors. I get all that. But it's a bunch of crap. It's small businesses that are the backbone of our economy. If you have a vibrant middle class, then you're going to have economic growth. It's going to be, when you increase it, you're going to have the economic growth for a long time. But you got to grow the middle class, and you do that through good jobs. Think about it. The middle class is the source of economic growth, not tax cuts. A strong middle class. Do you really think that taking and dropping the taxes from these large corporations from 35%, 35% down to 20%, you're going to get any benefit out of it? I would like to have seen a mandate where they say, well, that tax savings, if you save $10 million in your taxes, IBM, you only can keep it if you put the money back into your company to get it out for wages by getting new equipment, machinery, increasing your productivity. I'm not telling you just give your money give that money to the employees by giving raises. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, why don't you take the money, get some new equipment so you can produce more, and then you can afford to pay them. That's what he should have done. But they're not doing that. So the 1 percentile, they're not ever going to put the money in the company. They're going to put it in their pocket. But the middle class is the source of our growth, and Trump has got to go there. The middle class, through ownership of small businesses, that's what drives entrepreneurs. That's what drives innovation. Look, one of the core connections between the middle class and economic growth is a stable middle class. Consumption. Stable middle class consumption. That's what we need. But you can't have a stable middle class consumption when you're taking their $58,000 job and replacing it with one hung low over there in China or Vietnam for $5,800. Now the $58,000, he goes down and gets a job at Starbucks for $28,000. So how does he consume to get the GDP to go to 2% to 3%? That 1% that's going to create. How's he going to create that 1% to get 10 million more new jobs? Not going to happen. So we got some great opportunities in the market, and I'm begging you. Here's the number: 877-600-GANG. Why don't you start out with me just with the ETF, the spiders? There's almost no fees connected to it. It's not like with your 401k where they rip you off with fees. And just that one ETF, try it. And then after a month or so, you want to do more? Do more. All you have to do is go to the video during the day, at night. Take you 1 minute and do exactly what we say to do. But the market is going to get better and better because the economy is going to get worse and worse. Great opportunity. See you on the charts. And thank you, veterans.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make my dreams.
Celebrating 18 years as the leader in investing